Hey everybody, today is my 36th day of sobriety and I'm feeling really good. I had a little bit of a setback, not a setback in terms of drinking, but a setback in emotions earlier this week. I did post on social media that experience. And yeah, so I'm doing my video in my vehicle. I'm just outside the Lakeside Park in Nelson. And this is my home, and I'm really liking being a gypsy again. Parts of me really miss that lifestyle, and I'm really enjoying it. Yeah. So I worked today. I worked from 6 to 1:30, and I'm really liking my job at the wholesale club. It's a lot of fun. I I uh, I do most of the time. If I'm not helping out with cash, I do the picking for the online orders. Highly recommend for those that are in a rush, do the online ordering through this wholesale club or the superstore because it's worth it. You can go in there, get your stuff, and go. For the most part, it's hassle free. Anyway, I've had a few screw ups, but hey, it's all learning. I've never done this job before. Anyway, this is not the most romantic or scenic spot to be doing my video, but I'm kind of feeling a little bit lazy at the moment. I'm gonna venture out here soon, but I wanted to do my regular weekly check-in and share where I'm at, share my journey of sobriety. I've already shared with everybody I have a sponsor, and she's been giving me some homework, which I've been working on. Most of my homework has been on the doctor's opinion of the Alcoholics Anonymous book, which is also known as the Big Book, and the Step 1. So I've been working on that, and I also attend Fridays at 7. I'm attending a STEP program on Zoom, and I'm really liking that. I've got a whole whack of notes I take, and I'm really enjoying that experience. And we work with the Big Book there too. I have my arsenal of books. So this is one of the ones that I actually read on a regular basis every day, called the Daily Reflections. And you pick your day. So today is September the 4th. Already highlighted it. And one thing I like about the program, and I really kick myself for not delving into this program sooner, but I'm glad that I'm here now. Everything's meant to be for a reason. You're really working on the spiritual aspect of it, not the religious aspect. I know a lot of people that go into the program, or they don't really understand it, think of it being more in a religious space, because God or Lord is used a lot in the readings. But you can change that up. So I don't know if you guys remember last Sunday when I did my video, I had made a comment that I actually refer to my higher power as Cora. So I just change it up and say Cora, which is my higher power. And yeah, she's my grandma for those that didn't watch the video last week. And she's just my rock. She was my best friend, and sadly she passed away in the 90s, I believe 91 or 92. You can hear the plane coming over. I actually like that sound. I will revisit this because I want to share something with you guys too. Yeah, so she's just really just been a rock for me through my whole entire childhood. I probably would have been a real mess up if it wasn't for her in my life. I probably would have been dead by now. Because I didn't have a really good upbringing. My upbringing was my basic needs were met. And now, my mom made sure, we had a clean house, a little insanely clean. My mom was quite compulsive. We had a very clean home. And we were always fed. There was no issue, and clothed. We didn't have the best of everything, but we always had a home to go to. And I thank my mom for that. Everything that was, we at least had a place to call home for the most part. But it was quite toxic too, right? My mom being a dry drunk and my dad being a straight-on, freaking full-on alcoholic and drug addict. So it was quite challenging as a child growing up. So part of the AA is you're working it all the time. It's continuous every day. So I have my ritual every morning. I get up, I read my daily reflections, I read the Unawakening in the Big Book. I read As Bill Sees It, which corresponds with the page number of the daily reflections. Yeah, and I have a prayer that I say every single day, sometimes 4, 5, 6, 7 times plus a day, depending on my state of mind. And yeah, I just staying in constant contact with your higher power. And it's nice to be, especially if I'm finding that I'm feeling starting to feel resentment or starting to feel anger or feeling judgy. I take a deep breath and I'm like, okay, then I say the prayer and I just reconnect. It basically grounds me spiritually to not get agitated, to not get frustrated, not to wallow in self-pity or remorsefulness, if that's a word, and or resentment or fear. Yeah, so that's working for me. Anyway, so that enough about that. I'm in a good space. Like I said, it's 36 days of sobriety. I'm very excited about that. The cravings are getting less and less and less as the more days that I continue with my sobriety. But I can't really say it's all on willpower, because it's not. I don't have a very strong willpower. I can easily cave in. So if it wasn't for my spiritual connections, I would not be able to say no or change my thoughts, because that's really what it comes down to, is a mindset. Yeah, so anyway, fast forward a little bit. I am looking at some different alternatives because I'm staying in my vehicle and I'm making money. I'm not making great money, but I'm making money. I'm not paying money on rent. I do have some upcoming expenses, such as my vehicle. I've got to get insurance. I got to get winter tires put on, and I'm gonna get winterize the vehicle in October. So that's pretty basic. I got to get, because I'm going to be living in my vehicle for the winter, I've been looking at some, how to stay warm, because that's the biggest thing for me, is how am I going to stay warm? It's not going to be the most comfortable thing. And with COVID right now and a lot of things shut down, I'm going to have to find ways to entertain myself. So doing lots of reading and lots of crocheting. So you can see behind me in the back window, I've been crocheting hearts. So I went to one of the local thrift stores in Nelson called Positive Apparel, and I got some yarn. So I got whatever the cheapest I could get there, and I try to recycle as much as possible. So one of the things I want to do is I'm going to save up money to buy a cube van, and I've been looking at the cube van conversions into a tiny home, and I'm really excited about the opportunities. I've been taking lots of notes, and so I have a pretty much an idea of where all the hot spots are for Wi-Fi, so I can pull up somewhere, and then that's where I'm going to spend the night, and I just YouTube at night. I just do a bunch of research, and I take lots of notes. So I have my big binder here, which I'm going to decorate soon when I get some paint. I got my binder here for my AA studies, as well as for my tiny house, stuff. But talking about the plane coming overhead, I did my first aid course last Saturday, so a week ago today, and so I have my first aid level 1. But it's above level 1 just a little bit. It added a little bit more of the industrial aspect of it for workplace, and it was right at the Nelson's Pilot Association building. It was right there, and so one of the guys that trains, he came in, and so I found out through him that the cost for me to get a license so that I can rent and fly a Cessna is about $3,200. So it's about $1,700 to hire him to train me, and $1,500 for the permit. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me! That's been a dream of mine to get my license and to fly a Cessna. And I don't quote me on this, but I believe once you're a member of the association, you can rent the Cessna for about $60 an hour, maybe a little bit more. I could be mistaken. And I thought, oh, how cool would that be? Once a month or twice a month, I could, every payday type thing, and just go get some practice and take a plane out, invite a friend, right, to come with me. Anyway, yeah, I'm looking forward to that aspect of my life. And yes, I haven't been doing much hiking. I want to get back into it again. I'm just getting my body back into routine. I'm on my feet all day long, so and cleaning. So by the end of the day, I'm kind of done. And I do a lot of walking in the morning too. I usually start my day off with a half hour, 45-minute walk as I'm picking up garbage or whatever on my walk. So I do that, and then I do an evening walk. So I am fairly active. However, I do really miss getting up in the mountains, and yeah, so I will add that into my program as soon as I kind of get more settled and more into a routine. Anyway, I just wanted to check in. I want to thank everybody again for all your continued support. It's been amazing. I really appreciate it. And yeah, if you're in the area, if you're planning on coming to Nelson, or you're going to be in the Kootenays, let me know. I would love to connect with you guys. Go for coffee, go for tea, whatever you have, right? Or go for a walk. Doesn't matter to me. I'm pretty much open if I'm not working. All right. Thanks again. Mwah. Bye, guys.